Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's Diego, and happy September 26th, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. September 2023 is almost gone. It's almost gone, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. September has gone. What does that mean? That means that you are getting closer and closer to getting your K1 visa put in your passport, Mr. Beneficiary. And I know it's kind of like late in the afternoon, but I just wanted to jump on the computer and do a live stream with you guys and help you with this process. Kinza Zane, hello, Kinza. What is going on, Kinza? And where are you located? Which country is Kinza located in? Now, I just got back from having my physical done. I had a physical done at the Special Operations Command, and I got to go pick up some Mountain Dew. I got one left. I got half of a bottle of Mountain Dew left. So after the live stream, I'm going to run to Walmart. Kinza is living in Chicago. Chicago. A salute to Chicago, the Windy City. Now, Kinza, it's going to be getting cold in Chicago very soon. Okay? So make sure you got your beneficiary some warm clothes for Chicago. And I'm going to drink some Mountain Dew. Ganga Singh, hello Diego. How are you doing? I am doing great, Ganga. And Kinza, your fiance is living in Turkey. Okay, well that's great. So the immigration officer, the interview will be in Ankara. Athena, hello Athena. How is Athena? How are you doing? Isaac Medrano, hey Diego, when are you going to Colombia? Now be careful how you spell Colombia. There's no U in Colombia. Now, Colombia with a U is in South Carolina, okay? And my friend Estefania, right below you, she's in Colombia, and she spelled the word correctly. The question is, when am I going to Colombia? Well, guess what? Today, about 10, 20 minutes ago, I guess, I was at the doctor's getting my physical done, and I got an email from the National Visa Center, and they said that our case is in an airplane flying to Colombia. So Karina's K1 visa is all packed up in a big shipping crate. It was put in an airplane, and it's on the way to Bogota. And they said, don't contact the MVC anymore because they don't have our case anymore. Our visa's going to Colombia. So they said, don't contact us here anymore at the MVC. Oh, I'm like, okay, well, yeah, they're probably sick and tired of my inquiries. I was getting irritated with them. And they said, please visit the usembassy.gov website to contact us in Bogota. Okay, so Karina's K1 visa is on the way. And what I got was the email that I got is what's known as an FTP1. And an FTP1 means, if you get this email, it means that your visa is in an airplane going somewhere. So Isaac Medrano asked me this question: when am I going to Colombia? I would say probably within the next 3 weeks. In about 3 weeks, let me get this visa interview scheduled. Let me pay the visa fee. Let me get all this paperwork done for Karina. Then I'll get on a plane and I'll fly to Colombia. And I'll leave. I'll fly to Colombia on a Monday because I do the live stream on Wednesday. So that'll give me 2 days to get to Colombia, set up the computer in Bogota so I can do the live stream on Wednesday with Karina. So I would say I'm going to Colombia in about 2 or 3 weeks. I'd say 3 weeks. It depends on the embassy in Bogota. Estefania Flores. Hello, Diego. I just received my welcome letter and my status changed to in transit. Very good. Colombia Embassy. How are you and your fiance? Well, Estefania, it looks like they're shipping off a bunch of K1 visas to Bogota, because my K1 visa is probably in the same shipping container as your K1 visa. And we're doing great. Karina right now, she sent me a message. I just told her, your K1 visa's on the way to Colombia. Then she said, well, we got to get some stuff for the cat. So I went I was on the military base, and I went into the store and I bought some cat bowls and a cat thing for him to go to do his business in, and I bought some a scratching pad. So I'm getting some things for Tokyo. Isaac, thank you, Isaac. Hooray from Estefania. Athena, I hope she get her visa fast. Yeah, she will get it. Karina should get her K1 visa probably by, I would say, by the end of November, beginning of December, somewhere in there. Gagan Singh, I just got our case number today by mail. NOA2 is 22 August. My status is in transit. That's good news, Gagan. It's in an airplane. So apparently today, the National Visa Center, or yesterday, probably today, had a big shipping party and put all these visas into airplanes and started shipping them. Estefania Flores, my fiance won't come to my interview. Do you think that is a problem? No, it's not a problem. It's fine. No problem. Just good. Relax. Jacob Myers. Hey, Diego. What's going on, Jacob? Okay, Jacob, Karina and I, we are in the FT1 club now. Okay? So I got an email from the National Visa Center, TSG system, state.gov. They said, don't email us anymore because your visa is going to be in Bogota, Colombia, probably by tomorrow. So Harold A, I'm going to Santa Marta, not Santa Martha. Santa Marta, right? You're going to Santa Marta. That's a beautiful, nice part of Colombia. It's beautiful there. They go to Playa Blanca. Just don't eat any seafood on the beach. If you go to the beach in Santa Marta, okay, the vendors are going to come up to you and they're going to try to sell you some raw oysters. Don't eat them. Your stomach is not accustomed to Colombian fish, all right? So don't eat them. You'll get sick. You'll be throwing up if you eat them. You'll be in the hospital. Don't eat them. Buy something else. If the vendor's selling, chips or whatever, French fries, whatever, help the vendor, buy something like that. Buy a souvenir, but don't eat the seafood. John K. Hi, Diego. Does it matter if one's profession, so long as one meets the federal income guidelines in sponsoring a beneficiary? It doesn't matter what your job is. It's not important. What's important is you make the money, right? The income. That's what matters, the income. They don't care what job you do. They just care about what your line 9 says on your 1040 tax return. Okay? And then Jacob says, glad you got good news. Yeah, I knew it was coming. Let me switch this printer off. I knew it was coming, okay? The news, it's a process that we're in, and it's just my time, and then you'll get your time, and everybody gets their time, and then everybody goes up to bat, and then they get their K1 visa. Then they get on an airplane, and they fly to the USA, and you get married. And then you have to get married in 90 days. And then Kenza says, I skipped your question. Kenza, we received the case from MVC number, but invoice number. How do I pay the fees? Our case is ready. Go into the SIAC account. Okay. Go into SIAC. Go into Travel Docs. Go down, look for your country, which country it is, and then pay the visa fee. Okay. You got to go into the SIAC.gov. Kenza, you good? You know how to do that, right? And Harold said he's going to Santa Marta. Now, I've been to Santa Marta, and it's a beautiful place. Just don't eat the seafood. Please don't eat the seafood. It's right off the beach anyway. If you're in a restaurant in Santa Marta, if you're going to eat fish, make sure it's cooked. Okay? Isaac, wait a second. John K. If I'm a part-time caregiver and a part-time server. Very good. Very important jobs. They're two very necessary jobs. Okay, you do good work. Isaac Medrano, I need a favor. Can you do a video for what questions will they ask in the interview for Brazil? Sure, I can do it. Now remember, in Brazil, your beneficiary's passport has to be 8 months or greater in validity. Okay, it cannot expire less than 8 months. Every other country in the world, 6 months. But for Brazil, you got to have 8 months on your Brazilian passport. And your beneficiary has to print a singleness letter from the U.S. Embassy website for Rio de Janeiro. So she will go into the website, Rio de Janeiro, and it's in Portuguese. So you look for the singleness letter and you print it. And then you bring the singleness letter, or your beneficiary, she will bring the singleness letter to the embassy interview and she will sign it in front of the immigration officer. Jacob, almost to the same club as us. That's right, Jacob. Gag and Sin. So what do I do next? How much time will it take for welcome letter? And how much time will it take for ready status? Well, it all depends on how busy is the consulate. You know, I have the same question. How long is it going to be for me to get the welcome letter from the embassy? How long is it going to be before I can schedule the interview? I'm going to have to email. What I will do is I'm going to send an email to the U.S. Embassy in Bogota, Colombia in about 7 days. Give it a week for them to get Karina's stuff. In the email, I will say to them, hey, guys, to whom it may concern, this is Diego. This is the case number. This is the invoice number, which they gave me. I got the invoice number. I got the case number. This is Karina's passport number. She's a Venezuelan. She lives at this address. This is her date of birth, her full name. What's the status? And then the embassy will email me back and tell me what to do. Kinza, did you understand the question that I said to you? You said you did that, but they're asking for the what number? The DS number? What are they asking for? The case number? The invoice number? Let's see. Jacob, well, it's time for me to get back to work. Jacob, you just got on this live stream. Now you're going back to work. But I'm glad you got your stuff. Yeah, it's moving forward. Everybody watching, you guys will get your K1 visas if you qualify. Okay, just be patient. And Gagan, so what do we do? How much time will it take? I don't know. It depends on how busy they are at the embassy. Maybe 8 weeks, 10 weeks, somewhere like that, 6 to 10 weeks. Angel Marcia, hola Diego, hola Angel, ¿cómo estás? Tina, hello Diego. Tina, what's going on? Wing, how's your day going? Hey, it's going great. I was on the military base getting my physical. I get a physical. And popped on my email, popped up an email from the National Visa Center that said, your K1 visa is on the way to Bogota in an airplane. It's called an FTP-1. So now Karina and I will kick back and relax, and we're going to wait and wait again for the embassy. But here's the thing. USCIS is done with our case. The National Visa Center is done with our case. Now it goes into the hands of the U.S. consular officer at the embassy in Bogota. So now it's in their hands. Okay? That's what we're waiting on. So in about a week from now, I will send an email to the embassy and ask and check in. Say, hey, guys, what's going on? Hannah Elizabeth, that's good news. Yes, Hannah. Francois Livingston, good afternoon. Diego, Buenos tardes. Francois. Or no, Francois, that's a French name, so I should say, what's it? Bonjour. Tina, good to hear the good news. Diego, congrats. Yeah, we got it, Tina. You guys will get it. We got it. It took forever. It took like 4 months just to get it took like 3.5 months to get a case number. And I was getting irritated, so I was sending inquiries. Hello, 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 hello. And they got sick of me. Oh, let's get this visa out of here. Francois, happy for you. And Karina. Karina is happy as can be. Very happy. Christopher Brown, hi Diego. Was the email you received your welcome letter? No, it's an FTP1 email. Basically, it gives me the case number, the invoice number, and then the National Visa Center is no longer able to assist me with your inquiry. Please direct your inquiries to the U.S. Embassy in basically in Bogota. So that means that it's just an email telling me that our visa is on the way to Colombia. Now we wait for the welcome letter from Colombia, from the embassy. Francois, bonjour, monsieur Diego. Bonjour, bonjour. That's French for hello, right? But French, I'm trying to remember my French. My French, I mean, I can't remember. You got to speak it every day to not forget it, right? Michelle, so happy for you, Diego and Karina. Thanks, Michelle. And soon everybody will get your turn. And then Michelle says, you are almost to the finish line. Yeah. Well, we're going to give us a Mountain Dew salute to Michelle because we are at the finish line. Now we've got to pay the visa fee. Well, I will pay the visa fees. Fill out the DS-160. Well, Karina will do it. I'll help her because it's in English. Schedule the interview. Schedule the medical exam. It's going to be fun, right? I'll be in Colombia. I'll make videos about it. I'll make a video for you guys on how we scheduled the medical exam and everything. Now, I cannot make a video in the embassy. They won't let me film in the embassy because of security. So, I'm sorry about that, but it is what it is. Let me see. AK-47 Hotshot. Papi, mi chica tiene una entrevista mañana en la embajada de Bogotá. Gracias a Dios. Okay, tomorrow, your fiancé, your chica, your beautiful prometida, will be in the embassy in Bogota. That's good news. I just translated it for you guys that don't speak Spanish. Now, that's good for AK-47. Now, that tells me, okay, the embassy's not closed because of COVID. Okay, I had to stick my foot into the rear end of the National Visa Center very politely and set them straight because they were telling stories. Francois, okay, I don't know what to ask at this point, but to just listen and learn. It's just waiting game for us. Yeah, Francois, you reapplied, you reprocessed your K1 visa. Okay, so hang out with us, and then we will help you get through the process. Okay, you're on the right track. You're good. Magley, hi Diego. I hope you are doing well. Always. It's good to hear your case is moving forward finally. Thank you. Our NOA 1 is December 31st. I hope USCIS keep improving their waiting time. So they are, Magley. You're going to probably hear from immigration by November. Wing, does the beneficiary and the petitioner both have to fill out the DS-160 or just the beneficiary? Let me explain to you guys what a DS-160 is. A DS-160 is an application for a visa. So who wants the visa? Who wants the visa? The beneficiary. So the DS-160 is an application form that the beneficiary fills out to apply for the K1 visa to come to the USA. Some embassies want you to upload a passport photo when you submit the DS-160. Some embassies don't require it. Some embassies require that you hand carry passport photos to the interview. Okay? So a DS-160 is filled out by the beneficiary to apply for the K1 visa. Be very careful when you answer the questions. Okay? Go through the questions slowly and check the boxes. Check the boxes correctly. Don't rush. Okay? If you don't speak English, Mr. Beneficiary, Miss Beneficiary, if you can't read the DS-160, have your sponsor help you. Okay? Your sponsor can say, let's fill it out for you, sign your name, print it, and then your sponsor needs to explain it to you, what the questions were. Okay? That's only if you can't speak English. Wing, does the beneficiary and the petitioner have to fill out the DS-160? No, only the beneficiary. But the petitioner can help if the beneficiary cannot speak English. Janet Smith, hi Diego, thanks for your help. Anytime. My medical appointment is the 5th of October and interview is on the 27th of October. Okay, very good. My fiance is coming to support me and accompany me to the interview in London. Well, that's good. That's great. Now, you need to go out and celebrate, go to a public house, go to a pub, have a plowman's lunch, a great big plowman's lunch with pickles and a big bread roll, the plowman's lunch, or go get some fish and chips. Go get some fish and chips, get a bit of shandy. Half pint bit of shandy is non-alcoholic, and it's so good. And celebrate. And I'm glad to hear your sponsor is going to be with you during the process. Good news. Great Big Minds. Hey, Diego, what's going on? Great Big Minds, what's going on? Hannah Elizabeth, is the COVID vaccination mandatory for the beneficiary? Okay, Hannah, let me explain to you about the COVID vaccination. Number one, it's not mandatory to get it to enter the United States of America. Okay? Not required. Immigration won't ask you for your COVID vaccination. Okay? But when you schedule the adjustment of status for the green card, then it is mandatory. The COVID vaccination and all the other vaccinations are mandatory for the green card. So if you come to the United States of America, okay, and you adjust your status and you don't get the COVID vaccination, you won't get your K1, your green card at this point. Okay, right now we have a president in office that's making it mandatory that you have a COVID vaccination to get a green card. Now we have an election in 2024, which is next year. If we get a new president, that new president may change those rules and say it's not required. Okay, guys? So we got to watch what happens in the election in 2024 in November. So Hannah, do you understand that? Don't need it to enter the U.S., but you do need it to get the green card. Paolo Camani, hi Diego, love hearing you. You really encourage some of us while we are waiting for our application. That's the goal. I believe our letters is very soon to be approved. Yes, it will be. We applied December 2022, so you're close. Next November, you should hear by November. Okay? November, December at the latest. You're going to get your NOA 2 letter. Hannah Elizabeth, I figured. You knew the answer already, but you just want to confirm it. Tina, upon arrival to the United States, will there be another interview with the immigration officer? Yes. When the beneficiary arrives? Yes. At the port of entry? Yes. Your beneficiary, now you, Mr. Sponsor, Miss Sponsor, are not permitted into the Border Patrol interview. So your beneficiary will arrive in America, get off the plane, go through immigration, and then you go into a Border Patrol checkpoint office. That's where you hand them over the sealed envelope and the sealed medical exam. Okay? Now, they will open up the sealed envelope, take out your documents, and check everything's correct, ask a few questions, and then they'll say, welcome to the United States. Now, if you are going to accompany your beneficiary into the USA, that's good because you go through immigration. You can go through the U.S. citizen line, okay? If you are Mr. American citizen, Miss American citizen, if you are with your beneficiary, okay, your future husband or wife, you can walk through the U.S. citizenship line at the airport with your beneficiary. Don't separate. Do not separate. Stay together. Great Big Minds. I've been approved on September 19th. Consular officer verbally said, I'm approved your visa. There you go. And gave me approval paper. There you go, which says I meet all the requirements. Congratulations. But SEAC says refuse. Don't worry about what the SEAC says. That says that to everybody. Everybody gets that refusal notice, okay? Just ignore it. Your visa is approved. Okay? Good. Kinza Zane. I tried to pay the visa fee without the invoice, but they asked him for a DS-160 number. No, they're asking for an invoice number, probably. I've never heard of a DS-160 number. What embassy are we talking about, Kinza? What country? S. Juarez. Hello, Diego. We received our in transit today. Today, woohoo! Now what? Now you wait for ready. In transit means it's flying somewhere. Okay? It's in a FedEx truck. What you want is ready status, so that means the embassy have it, so that way you can start processing your visa. Pay the visa fee. Fill out the DS-160. Schedule the interview. Get the medical exam scheduled. Christopher Brown, Diego, is the medical form completed in the beneficiary's country, the same as the one completed by the civil surgeon in the United States for the adjustment of status? Yes, DS form 693, same form. Great big minds say even took my passport and gave me approval. Yeah, they take. Why did they take your passport? Why did they do that? Tell me, why did they take your passport? Great big minds. Great big minds. Can the embassy, after approving you, put your case on administrative processing? If you've been approved, you won't be on an administrative process. You're approved. The embassy officer will tell you right to your face if you are in administrative processing. Okay? They will take your passport and they will say, you're in administrative processing. We're doing an extra security check on your visa. It happened to that young lady from Iran. Okay? I helped this young lady get out of Iran. We got her to Turkey. She had a visa interview in Turkey. She passed. And then the immigration officer says, I'm putting you on administrative hold for a security check. She's from Iran. They want to make sure she's not a terrorist, right? So they did their security checks on her, and then they gave her her passport back with her K1 visa, and she's done. She's here. I think she's already in the United States. So, Christopher, here's the thing. When you get your beneficiary to the USA, have a second medical exam done, get a new form 693 filled out, get a new one, get it done, all over again. That way you won't get an RFE. Let's see. Great big minds. She didn't. She was very nice. Yeah, most of them are. She said, I'm approving your visa. Good. And gave congrats paper, so I shouldn't worry, right? All right. No, great big minds. You're done. Now you just got to wait for the passport to get delivered to wherever it is you said you wanted to pick up the passport. Give it about 4 or 5 days, and that's where it will be. And then Kinza Zain is in Turkey. Okay. So you're in Turkey, so Ankara, Turkey. So what you need to do is, I think they're asking for the invoice number, not the DS-160 number. Does it specifically say they want the DS-160 number? Is that what it says? Is that what the email says? We want your DS-160 number. Or does it say invoice number? I think there's a difference between the two. Okay. Now right here, I've got Karina's case number. I've got her invoice number. I've got the beneficiary ID number, which is totally irrelevant. Doesn't mean anything. And it says the National Visa Center will no longer help me with my inquiries. Why is that? Well, because they sent the visa to the embassy in Bogota. So now the USCIS are done with our visa. The National Visa Center are done with our visa. The State Department looked over the K1 visa. They didn't find any mistakes. Now they're sending it to Colombia. And a salute to my friends in Colombia. I will fly to Colombia probably in about 3 weeks. And then set up the live stream in our apartment. And then I will be helping Karina get ready to leave Colombia. We're out of there. Vamos. Salia, Colombia. Sheriff Gijina. Hello, Diego and Karina. What's going on, Sharif? Is it Sheriff or Sharif? I think it's Sharif, right? How is everybody? What country? Guys, when you come on the live stream, just help me out and let me know what country. So when you have a question for me, I can pretty much figure it out. It makes it easier for me to help you if I know what country. Wing, that sounds so exciting. Yeah, I'll go to Colombia. We're going to go take a vacation to the coffee region. We're going to go to the coffee region. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up a coffee distribution company here in the United States with our friends in Colombia. How about that? I'm just going to keep busy doing that. Let's see. And Athena, when the case is ready, what is the absolute first step to take? To do? I would say fill out the DS-160. Okay, qualify for the visa first. Fill out the DS-160, pay the visa fee, schedule the interview, get the medical exam scheduled. But first, fill out the DS-160. And don't forget to print the confirmation page. Athena, when the case is ready, what is the absolute first step? That's it. Great big minds. Thank you so much, Mr. Diego. Can't wait to get my passport back. I'll share my details. We will request you put our case in a video, just like others. Oh, no problem, great big minds. I will make a video for you. This is your YouTube channel. If you want a video about your case, I'll make a video for you. But I need to know the date of your NOA1 letter, your NOA2 letter, your MVC case status ready, and the day you had your visa interview. Send me the dates and the country. I got to know what country, right? And I'll make a video. And Sharif is in Egypt. Beautiful, beautiful Egypt. I have been to Egypt 4 times. I love it. I've been there 4 times. I went inside the pyramid, the Cheops pyramid. Woof, man, that thing is huge. There's no way people made the pyramids, okay? I can't give credit to the beautiful people of Egypt for building the pyramids. How come? There's no way anybody could build. People couldn't build that. Somebody else had to build those pyramids, okay? I mean, I'm serious. You look at them. I mean, I don't know, but the technology, it's so, the base of the pyramids are perfect. Exactly. They use pi. What is pi? 3.14. The mathematics involved in that pyramid, those pyramids are perfect. The blocks are one block is as big as half the size of this house. How did they do that? Kinza, yes. Great big minds. I tracked my passport. It says your passport is still with the post in the embassy. It means they haven't delivered it yet to the pickup point. Elisan in Ozil, can I do the DS-160 without the instruction packet? You want to do the DS-160 when you get the ready status. You got to make sure the embassy is ready for you before you fill out the DS-160. Forget the instruction packet, okay? Forget about that. Ready status is what you need. Andrea M. Diego, I was finally able to book my visa interview today in Montreal. You're in Canada. Been waiting weeks for them to open an available slot. But you remember weeks ago I said if you keep going in there and keep looking, guess what? You're going to get a visa interview, right? And now you did it. Long wait times here in Canada. Interview will be December 4th. Woohoo. Very good. December, right before Christmas. Okay, you'll be reunited before Papa Noel climbs down the chimney into the house. Okay, and don't forget to leave out the milk and the cookie for Father Christmas, Santa Claus, Papa Noel. So in England, it's Father Christmas. In Colombia, it's Papa Noel. In the United States, it's Santa Claus. But we got to get through Halloween first, right? Before we got to worry about Christmas. And Sharif, thank you very much, and welcome to Egypt. Yeah, Sharif, I've been to Egypt 4 times. I went to Alexandria, I went to Giza, and I keep forgetting, but I bought some papyrus leaves from the River Nile, and it's got all these hieroglyphics painted on it. It's beautiful. The artwork is fantastic, and I put it in a picture frame. It's hanging in the dining room. Let's see. So Athena, should you start preparing the documents after you get case ready? Absolutely. And I'm gonna contact Karina later on and ask her to get her police certificates for Venezuela and Colombia. We're gonna get new ones so I can get them translated into English. Artur and my friend Artur from Algeria. Hello, Mr. Diego. Hello, Artur. And Wing says right here, I saw a video that the layout of their houses is the same layout as a computer for CPU chips, computer processing unit, or central processing unit. Okay. So you're talking about the pyramids, right? Or the Egyptian houses? Christopher Brown, the reason I asked a question about the medical exam is I wasn't sure if the medical exam from a doctor outside the country would be accepted in the US for the adjustment of status. Okay, you can use the medical exam that you get outside the United States. Karina's going to get her medical exam in Bogota, doctor, I can't remember his name. I can't remember his name. But that medical exam is good in the United States because it's approved by who? Who approves the doctor? The State Department, right? So the State Department has approved the doctor in Bogota or Cairo or London or wherever, wherever you guys are located at, Montreal, doesn't matter. But my recommendation is to get a new medical exam done in the United States, okay? I just recommend it to, it's just my opinion. Can you use the medical exam from the foreign country? Sure, you can use it if you want to. But I'm just going to double up and get it done over again just to make sure I don't get an immigration officer who's, just as strict as can be. But you're good. Let me see. Paolo Kimani, hey Diego, I hope you will continue to encourage your fun even after going to Colombia to see your lovely Karina. Paolo, nothing's going to change except the country. The only thing that's going to change is I'll be in Colombia and my cell phone's going to go batty. My cell phone's going to go nuts because my SIM card is for the United States. So I get to Colombia and I get all these text messages from my cell phone provider going, you're in a different country. If you text, it's going to cost you $10. If you make a phone call, it's going to cost you double whatever it is. Blah, 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 blah. My phone goes crazy. I just ignore it because I got Wi-Fi at the house, and that's all I care about is Wi-Fi. My phone will connect to the Wi-Fi, and I can connect the computer to the Wi-Fi, the laptop, and do the live stream from Colombia. So yeah, Paolo, we will continue the fun online. We will continue the live stream. Okay, but remember, we're going to go on vacation too. We'll go on vacation for a week. So I'll see if I can do a live stream from the hotel, from wherever we are in Colombia. If they have Wi-Fi, I'll be able to connect to it. Warrior Fitness Camp. I like that name. Hey, Diego, I hope all is well. I just got my case number from the NVC. Do you make the appointment first and then finalize the DS-160? I'm dealing with Bogota. With Bogota, Colombia, you submit the DS-160 first, okay? Then you pay the visa fee. First you qualify, then you pay, and then you schedule the visa interview. That's how it works. But you got to wait for the ready status, okay? Seems like a bunch of visas have got shipped to Bogota, mine included. Great big minds. No, hold on. Elysion. How to book medical exam without the medical packet, the instruction packet. Well, you find out who the doctor is, which country are we talking about. You find out who the civil surgeon is authorized by the embassy to do the medical exam. And you get on a phone and you call the doctor. Hey, Mr. Doctor, I want to schedule my medical exam for my K1 visa. The doctor will know exactly what's required. The doctor will tell you what you need to bring to the medical exam. Okay, so your mission is to find out who is the civil surgeon in your country approved by the State Department to give medical exams. Once you know who that person is, then you call them. And then I recommend you get on if you live close to if you live in the city where you're going to have the interview and the medical exam, go find the doctor's office. It's easy to do. It's not hard. Great big minds. Anyway, 1 March 3rd. Anyway, 2 April 18th. After 3 months, got the welcome letter. Was in California Service Center. I'm here in Lahore, Pakistan. You're from Lahore, Pakistan. She's from Ohio. Okay. We'll put that, send that to me in a YouTube post somewhere so I can find it. And then I'll put together a video. Thomas Farrell. There's a question from Thomas. Are you going to retire the channel after you and Karina get married? No. Why would I do that? Who are you going to... If I retire the channel, then you guys are going to be lost, right? Maybe a little bit. Then you're going to have to go back to Facebook and get all the drama from Facebook. No. I'm not going to retire the YouTube channel. Once I marry Karina, I will be continuing the channel. I've got, I don't know, I've got at least 2,000 subscribers. I don't keep a track of it. There's about 2,000 people that subscribe to the channel, and there's about 350,000 people have watched the videos. So it's important information, okay? The information is helpful. It's not difficult for me to set up a YouTube office right here. Boom. I put together the YouTube channel. I got all the lights so you can see me. And then I give you an hour and a half of my time and help you with the visa processing. And you guys seem to like it. If you guys like the channel and you watch the channel, it's your channel. It's not for me. I know how to do a K1 visa. This is for you guys. If you like it, I'm going to keep going. I'm not going to retire. Okay? I'm not going to quit. Every week, 3 times a week, I'll do the videos and I'll do the live stream and I'll do the surprise live streams. Okay? Okay, guys? The only difference is I'll be married and Karina will be either sitting next to me with me if she gets bored, or she'll be in the house somewhere doing something, chasing the cat. She'll be, sunbathing in the back garden. I don't know. But she'll be working on her business. Remember, she's going to start a cake company. So we will continue. I will continue the channel for you guys. Okay? I'm not going to quit. But if you guys don't watch, if you don't watch the channel, then there's no point to do it, right? But that's like the whole world seems to like the channel. Let's see here. Athena. Let me see. I don't want to miss any questions. Samba Silla. Hi, Diego. I didn't receive a welcome letter from the embassy. Don't worry about it. And the embassy reached out to my fiance. Very good. Now I'm stuck with the process. I don't know the priority date. I don't have our invoice number. Okay, send an inquiry to the embassy and ask them for the invoice number. You're not stuck. I'm going to unstuck you. Send an inquiry. I sent an inquiry to the National Visa Center because I didn't have the invoice number. I had the case number. I didn't have the invoice number. I said, hey, I need the invoice number. They sent me the invoice number in one email. And then in the second email, they told me that the K1 visa is on the way to Bogota in an F1TP email. Athena, when your case is in ready status, how long till you get contacted by the embassy? I'm in Sweden. Okay, Athena, you're from Sweden. Then your visa interview will be in Stockholm. So send an email to the consul officer in Stockholm. Include your name, date of birth, passport number, case number, invoice number, whatever you got, and check in with the embassy. And then print that email. Print the email. That's evidence of communication. What does that email do? It extends your visa. Remember, on the NOA2 letter, it says it expires in 4 months, right? If you send an inquiry to the National Visa Center, you get an automatic extension on your NOA2 letter. My NOA2 letter expired what, last week? But I got like 5 inquiries, and I printed them all. And then today I get a message saying the K1 visa is in a plane going to Bogota. Okay? So that extends the visa processing. Let's see here. Warrior Fitness Camp. Thanks. Appreciate it. No problem. Elison Enozil. Thank you. I'm in the United States and she is in Africa. Wow. Okay. Beautiful Africa now. Now, let me ask you this. Africa is a big country. You got South Africa, you got Kenya, you got what? You got how many? You got Sierra Leone, you got the Ivory Coast, you got Ghana. It's a big place. Now, I've been to South Africa and I've been to North Africa, which would be Egypt. Even though Egypt is technically the Middle East, it's part of North Africa. Great big minds. I told the counselor at the embassy, there's Mr. Diego Ross on YouTube. Uh-oh, get me in trouble. Didn't get any lawyer. His videos helped us prepare for everything. So great big minds. Well, thank you for that. I must have saved you about $4,000, right? At least, which is good. Use that money for your honeymoon, right? Use that money, get a wedding dress for your prometida. Wing, you definitely the best help for the K1 visa on the internet. Well, Wing, thanks. The thing is this: I've been through 2 K1 visas and a spousal visa, and I've done it successfully. So I've been through the school of hard knocks of immigration. You know, I've been beaten up, beat down, kicked around by immigration for 8 years. So I know the process. Now, I'm not an immigration attorney, okay? I do not give you any legal advice. It's all experience. Everything I tell you guys is real information that I learned, okay? So it's correct information, but I'm not an attorney, okay? I'm a real estate agent. Great big minds, and so you got approved because you started with the YouTube channel early. You watched all the videos. You put your K1 visa package together from the videos I made for you guys, and you got it done. And you didn't have to pay anybody. Carlos Zambrana, you have positively impacted the lives of at least 2,000 people on this channel. Glad to hear that you will continue helping thousands more through your channel. Carlos, I've honestly, I don't know how many people I've helped, but it's your channel. And if this is my way of giving something back, okay? The United States of America is the place to be for opportunity, okay? Once you get to a point where you've achieved a lot, or if you feel like you've got a lot from this country, then you got to give something back. I don't care what it is. Now I'm good at immigration. I'm good at visas. Something I can do because I have a ton of knowledge about it. And then so Karina said, put a YouTube channel together and help people with visas. We were in Villa de Leyva in Central Colombia on vacation. And I said, okay, I'll do that. And here we are. Let's see. So Carlos, thanks for those positivities, man. Great big minds. I don't need any invoice number to do my process. Only welcome letter, case number. Okay. That's the embassy for you in that country. Alex Mo. Diego, on your review of the Dominican Republic video you uploaded, they got their interview in about a month. How long is it taking now? Well, it's getting longer and longer. It's taking between 2 to 4 months because they're getting busy. Okay. But that's September. In October, that could change. It could be a month in October. But thanks for watching that video because it gives you a baseline for the Dominican Republic and gives you some idea of how long it's going to take. So in your mind, you need to be thinking it's going to take between 4 weeks and 12 weeks. Pakistan for great big minds. Furious Ram, hi Diego, got good news. We got a KFTP letter. Okay, that's good news, Furious Ram. So that means your visa is on an airplane. I got the same thing. Elison Enozil. Okay, so she's in Ghana. So Ghana is in Central West Africa. Accra is where the embassy is in Ghana, in Accra. Correct me if I'm wrong. Furious Ram, how long for it to go from transit to Casablanca, Morocco? I don't know. Morocco, I got issues with right now. There's an immigration officer in Casablanca that I don't care for too much. That person, I don't know if they're just joking people around or what, but I'm looking into Casablanca right now. Elison Onozil, yes, you are definitely helping me. We are just frustrated. Now, don't let immigration frustrate you, okay, guys? Don't let them rent space in your head. Relax. Relax, guys. Calm down. Relax. You got this. It took 120 days just to get a case number for Karina. How insane is that? But did I get upset about it? No. Was I worried about it? No. Do I understand why it took so long? Yes. They're busy. They got busy. Dane Phillips. Hey, Diego, we just got our approval 2 weeks ago from USCIS. So I'm assuming California. We're in the same boat as well with my fiance being in Bogota. Okay. Well, it's an easy process. Hopefully the MVC can get it together and get it over to the consulate. Yeah. The MVC sent me an email today when I was getting my physical done at the base, on base, and they said Karina's visa has been shipped to Bogota, Colombia. It's in an airplane, DHL plane, okay? And they told me not to contact the MVC anymore. What does that mean? That means they don't have any responsibility for my K1 visa anymore. That means the U.S. Embassy in Bogota will have it in their hand in the next few days. And Elisan said, our notice just got expired. But I continued to contact the MVC. Stay in touch with the MVC and your visa will not expire. It gets automatically extended, okay, Elisan? And I'm correct on Ghana. Ghana, West Coast, Central West Africa, and Accra is the capital. That's where the embassy is, in Accra. I would recommend your beneficiary go to Accra and find the embassy and look and see where it is. Find the doctor who does the medical exam. Find the doctor's office. Do all this pre-planning now so you don't get into a rush when it's time to do it. Karina knows where the doctor is in Bogota. She knows where to get the biometrics. She knows where the embassy is. She goes to visit the embassy sometimes when she gets on the bus. She wants something. She gets bored. If she's not working, she'll jump on the bus and go check out the embassy just to look at it. And then go to the stores. There's like some tiendas close by, some clothing stores. Samba, also the case is ready when I tracked it, but can I file the DS-160 while waiting for the invoice number to continue? Yeah, go ahead. Also, where can I find my priority date? I don't know. I don't even think I got a priority date on my NOA2 letter. It was blank space. I'm not even worried about it. And unless they ask you for it, and if they ask you for a priority date and you don't have it, then you got to send an inquiry and ask for it. Alex Moe, MVC is taking much longer now to reply to inquiries. They're getting busy. They're overwhelmed with work, guys. USCIS has shipped them thousands of K1 visas to look at. Alex Moe, Diego, what's your thoughts on the government shutdown on October 1st? Will that slow things down for us? No, it won't have any effect. K1 visas are funded by who? By us, by you. You guys funded your K1 visa, not the taxpayers. The government shutdown will only affect, let's say, visas for work permits. Let's suppose somebody wants to come and work in the United States for 2 years, and a company in the USA, let's say AT&T, has filed for to sponsor somebody to come work for AT&T for 2 years. That might get affected. It won't stop it, but it will slow down. K1 visas and spousal visas are funded by us. We wrote the check, not the taxpayers. So the process will continue. The State Department, USCIS, MVC, and the embassy will continue to process visas. So cheers for that question. I hope that helped put your mind at rest. And that's all the Mountain Dew I have left. So after the live stream, I'm going to Walmart to get a bunch more. So Alex, relax, okay, on the government shutdown. If it hasn't happened yet. Today's the 26th. They got 4 days to get their act together in Washington, D.C. If they don't get their act together, oh well, that's no problem. K1 visas get processed still. Jewel, congrats, Diego. When did you receive the welcome letter? I got an F1. I got the FTP letter. I got an email telling me they shipped a visa to Colombia. So I guess that's not a welcome letter. That's just a notice of action. Okay, I'll get the welcome letter from Bogota probably in about 2 weeks. Probably the first week of October, somewhere in there. And if I haven't heard from the embassy in a week to 10 days, I'll send an email to immigration in Bogota. And then they will send me the welcome letter, the packet 4. Here you go, Diego. Here's your list of stuff you got to do. The priority date is the NOE1 receipt date. There you go, Joel. There's the answer. Help, Ejima. I have my fiance's tax return for 2022. Good. My interview is October. Good. But my I-134 has not arrived in the United Arab Emirates from USA. Can I attend the interview? You will not get a K1 visa without the I-134. You got to have the I-134. Now, here's what I will suggest in your case. Have your sponsor email the I-134 to you. Now, normally, you got to have the original signed I-134. You got to have the original, okay? But if there's a mitigating circumstance where you've tried to get it and you can prove that your sponsor paid for a DHL shipment to the UAE and you still haven't got it, the immigration officer will consider that and accept the I-134, okay? But you won't hear me, you're going to hear me say over and over, you got to have the original I-134 signed in black ink. But if you have a mitigating circumstance where you have tried to get it through a DHL, through FedEx, and you still couldn't get it, you can bring a emailed copy as long as you can see the signature. It's not an auto pen. It's not a print. It's a black ink signature, full name, first name, middle name, last name. Immigration will see it, and then you explain you couldn't get the original because of the logistics of it, and you'll be okay. But you must have the I-134 at your K1 visa interview. That is a financial document that's telling immigration that your sponsor is going to take care of you. So get that I-134, okay? Life in North Carolina. Hello from Greensboro. What's going on? Alex Mo, I hear now people from Israel can come to the U.S. without a visa. Well, you would think so, right? Why not? I mean, Israel's our friend. I mean, why wouldn't they be able to come here without a visa? They should never have had to have a visa anytime to come here. And if, to my Israeli friends, happy Yom Kippur. I believe it's Yom Kippur just passed. Let's see. Furious Ram. Do you think my fiance will be here before December since we got our transit status today? Yes, it's a good chance. Elison, thank you so much, Diego. No problem. Paolo Kamani, Diego, my question is, who will they send NOA2 letter to? My fiance in the USA or me in Kenya? It will go to your sponsor in the United States of America in an envelope. Okay? In an envelope, not an email. Goes to your sponsor in the USA. Then your sponsor needs to make 20 million copies of it, put the original in a safe with armed guards so you don't lose the original NOA2 letter, make all these copies, a copy for you, a copy for the adjustment of status paperwork for the green card, a copy for the visa interview, etc., etc. Alejandro Ray. Hey, Diego, how's it going? Do you know what dates are the cases USCIS is working right now? They're working in October. They're working October cases. What the dates are, I couldn't tell you. I really don't pay attention to the dates because immigration tells me one thing and then they do another thing. Now, I'm not bashing them. They're just overwhelmed with work. They got so much to do. I feel sorry for them, actually. Imagine you work for USCIS and all you do all day is process K1 visas at the service center in California. You're checking birth certificates, I-129Fs. Please, and you're doing this and doing that, doing this. I mean, it's got to be a tedious job, right? Think about it. I wouldn't want to do it. So I don't know what the dates are, but they're working October cases. Okay, guys, I've been talking for an hour. I did a quick live stream to check in with everybody to let you guys know that Karina's visa is on an airplane going to Colombia. And Big Mitch, look at that. A super chat from Big Mitch. Thanks, Big Mitch. You know, how did you know that I'm about done with all my Mountain Dew in the fridge? My fiance has a U.S. citizen, 14 years old. Okay, no problem. Your fiance has a U.S. citizen son. Okay, when documenting the documents, do I include him as a dependent? Yes, he's your dependent. Okay, absolutely. You're feeding, clothing, and putting a roof over the head of that young man. So he's a dependent. So he's included on the I-134. He's also included on the I-864, which is the affidavit of support. The I-134 is the declaration of financial support, which you provide to the embassy officer in, let's say, Bogota. The affidavit of support is the I-864, which is the form you fill out for the green card. Okay? So yes, Big Mitch, your fiance has a U.S. citizen. That 14-year-old young man will be included on the I-134 as a dependent. Let me see. Alison and Ozil, the DS-160 is for 30 days. Only if you don't complete it. And I don't want to complete it. What should I do? Well, don't start it. If you fill out a DS-160 and don't submit it, it's only good for 30 days. If you fill out a DS-160 and submit it to the embassy, it's good for 12 months. So it's up to you. You can fill it out and save it and sit on it and see what hatches. Maybe a baby DS-160 will hatch from it if you sit on it for 30 days. Or you can wait till the ready status, fill out the DS-160, submit it, print the confirmation page, and it's good for 12 months. Big Mitch, thank you very much. They are in Brazil. Brazil, beautiful. You know, I'm going to see if I can sneak into Brazil. Well, not illegally. You know what I'm talking about. I want to see if I can fly to Brazil with Karina in October before they change all the immigration requirements for Americans, which I believe kicks in January. I think somebody told me. But we'll see how much it costs. But good job. So, and by the way, your fiance has a U.S. citizen, 14-year-old son. He is a dependent on the I-134 under your beneficiary, under your sponsor's name. Let me see. Big Mitch, thank you very much. No problem. Elison, my advice for that, I call in, they say to wait, but it's taking too long. Yes, this visa process is not quick, guys. Hannah Elizabeth, LMAO. Hannah, I like your attitude. And Elison's in the ready status. Big Mitch, baby DS-160. Yeah, you can fill out the DS-160 and sit on it for 30 days and see if you hatch a new one. But if you don't, you have to submit a new one. Okay? Kira Preet Kaur, we tried contacting the embassy. They say there is no need for scheduling another consulate appointment. What shall we do? Wait for the embassy. Kinza, you keep skipping my questions. Kinza, where's your question? I don't see it. Let me see. Hold on. I'm going all the way back up to the beginning of time before. Kinza, I'm trying to pay the visa fee through MVC site without the invoice number, but it takes me nowhere without the invoice number. Send an MVC inquiry to the MVC and ask for the invoice number. You got to ask for it. That's what I did. I didn't have an invoice number. All I had was a case number. I sent them an inquiry. I said, hey, I need an invoice number. And they sent it. Jewel, hi Diego. We received the FTK1 email from the NVC. Is that the welcome letter? Technically, kind of, yeah. Basically, what it is the NVC is telling you they're done with your case and they're shipping it to the embassy. So from now on, you don't contact the NVC for help. Let's see. Kriam Kawa, we tried contacting the embassy. They say there's no need for scheduling another consulate appointment. What shall we do? Well, if the embassy told you there's no need to schedule another appointment, then you wait for the date that they scheduled, that you have scheduled. I don't fully understand. Do you have a visa appointment scheduled? Jewel. Jewel says the NVC as well. That's the welcome letter. No, it's just the welcome letter you're going to get from the embassy. That's the one you're looking for. Jewel, the NVC as well. That's the welcome letter. Check SEAC. It should be in transit. Yeah, check the SEAC. Ellison and Azil, I was going to save it on my hard drive and upload it when they send the packet. No, don't do that. Don't waste your time doing that. When you get the welcome letter or the ready status, when the embassy is ready for you, that's when you fill out the DS-160 and apply for the visa. You got to wait for the embassy to be ready for you. Kim Pratt, you skipped half of my question. What is the other half of your question? I don't see it. I'm looking. I don't want to miss your question. It's important I answer it. Rewrite it. Samba, can I process with paying the fees and scheduling the interview without the welcome letter? Yeah. Will not having the invoice number be a problem? It depends on the embassy, Samba. If your embassy doesn't need an invoice number to process the visa, then you don't need it. It depends. Furious Ram, you pay the visa fee at US Travel. Yeah. Go into the SEAC, go into ustravel.com, and then find your country and process it. Elisa and Ozil, I don't want the medical and stuff to expire if I have her do it. Okay, the medical exam is good for 6 months. So your K1 visa commences, the timeout commences the day of your medical exam. Big Mitch, he sent me another super chat. Don't forget your milk. You know what, Big Mitch, on my grocery list in the kitchen, I have written down milk. And guess what? You're going to buy it for me. Thank you. High five for Big Mitch. Thank you, Big Mitch. It's cheaper to buy me a gallon of milk, right, than to give an immigration officer or an immigration attorney $4,000 for all this free advice, right? Thank you, Big Mitch, for that second super chat. I'll get the milk. Don't worry. Let's see. Now, the medical exam is good for 6 months, okay? Okay, Kinaprit. I got a 221G for missing document. After the interview and after submitting the documents, I got a new 21G that my file is incomplete and need to schedule the interview again. Okay. So you have to go back and reschedule the interview. Now I understand. That's the information I didn't know. So reschedule it. Reschedule the visa interview, and don't forget the documents. What documents did you forget? What didn't you have with you? What did you forget? Tuan Benson, hi Diego from hot Miami. Hey Tuan, guess what? I got an email today saying that Karina's K1 visa is in an airplane going to Bogota, Colombia. So we're going to be in Miami pretty soon, probably by December. Athena, where do you ask for the invoice number? The NVC, yeah. Send an inquiry, fill out your name, put in the case number or the receipt number from your NOA2 letter and ask for the invoice number. Say, hey, I did, and they sent it to me right here. And then you said, Kieran Preet says, but on contacting them, they said there's no need for another interview appointment. Don't know what to do. Okay, here's what you need to do. Schedule another interview. Schedule another interview. And go to the interview and talk face-to-face with immigration and say, hey, Here's my documents. What's next? Give me my K1 visa. Did they take your passport? Do they have your passport? If they took your passport, they will put the K1 visa in your passport as soon as they receive the documents. You got to give me more information so I can be more helpful to you. Did you turn in your passport? Let's see here. Twan Benson, I received an email from the MVC and my case is headed to Vietnam. Woohoo! It's going to Vietnam. Great news. Elisa Onozil, thank you. No problem. Elisa Onozil, how about the police clearance? I had her go take the pictures today. You got to have a police certificate from every country your beneficiary lived or worked in for 6 months or more, plus her children if they're 16 years of age or older. So if you're bringing kids to the United States and they're 16 years or older, you got to get a police certificate for them. Okay? Your beneficiary's got to get a police certificate. Let's suppose you're from the Philippines and you worked in Singapore, you worked in Saudi Arabia, you worked in Hong Kong. If you worked in Saudi Arabia and you're from the Philippines, it's next to impossible to get a police certificate from Saudi Arabia. It's impossible. So they give you a waiver. Immigration will say, okay, don't worry about Saudi Arabia. But Hong Kong you can get. Singapore you can get. Big Mitch, congrats, Diego. I'm happy for you and Karina. And Big Mitch, thank you for those super chats. Look, I'm going to get milk, but look, I'm going to fill it with Mountain Dew. I'm down to like a mouthful. I got a little bit left. I'm going to finish it, complete the live stream, then I'm going to Walmart. Walmart's just down the street. That's it, guys. I am out of Mountain Dew. No more in the house. Twan Benson, let's do lunch when you get to Miami if I'm in town. Sounds like a plan. Once I get to Miami, I'm going to rent a car. I'm just going to give Karina the tour of Miami, show her the beach, go eat some Cuban food, and see how she likes Miami. And then we'll drive, maybe I'll drive up to Fort Lauderdale, hang out in Fort Lauderdale, then go to Orlando, check out maybe Universal Studios. I don't know if I'll do that. She's going to be tired. She's going to want to get home. But we'll see. Joel, what I meant, once you receive FTK1 email from where? From where? Athena, thank you for answering all of my questions. May God bless you. Athena, no problem. And you're in Sweden, right? In Sweden, your visa interview will be in Stockholm. Okay? Beautiful Sweden. Now, if you live in Denmark, if you live in Norway, guess what? You have to go to Sweden for your K1 visa interview. Imagine that. I mean, my knowledge of this visa process is global, guys. I know pretty much how every embassy operates around the world and consulate, just from experience and putting this channel together. Let's see here. Elison, every time I go into C, I can put the case number, invoice number. It says that K1 is a non-immigrant visa. And then I need to fill out DS-160. Doesn't have status unless I put in that. It is an immigrant visa. Yeah, it's an immigrant visa. It's a non-immigrant visa technically because it's a temporary visa. A K1 visa is a non-immigrant temporary visa that's good and it's good to use one time to enter the United States. Once you land in the United States, that K1 visa gets nullified by the Border Patrol agent, and then you're on what's known as an I-94, which is a legal process to live in the United States for 90 days while you get married. You got to get married within 90 days. When Karina and I land in Miami, we'll hang out in Miami maybe a day or two and hang out and explore Miami, head up, come home. I'll drop off the rental car. Boom. We're going to the courthouse to get the paperwork, or the government office, get the marriage license. Boom. 3 days later, we're married. Karina won't even have time to do laundry. We'll be married within 4 days. Let's see. James Wright, congrats, Diego and Karina. Way to go. Thanks. Thank you, James. Boom 2. Boom 2. I like that. Boom 2. What happened to Boom 1? Hey, my K1 visa is approved. High five. How long will I have to wait? Well, if you just got your NOA2 letter, then you're going to wait 3 to 4 months for the next step. Maybe, hopefully sooner. Jewel, MVC, you should start filling out the DS-160. The welcome letter from the U.S. Embassy took 9 days. After receiving, after receiving the FRK1, that's what I got today. It took 9 days. We did not wait, but submitted the DS-160, scheduled the medical and an interview. Good job. Big Mitch, one more question. Do I fill out the I-134 for my fiance and one for her son? Yes. If you are bringing 2 people to the United States of America, which is a constitutional republic, by the way, not a democracy. You keep hearing people calling us a democracy. We are not a democracy. We are a constitutional republic. Don't forget that, new guys coming to America. Mr. Beneficiary, Miss Beneficiary, you're going to be brand new in the United States, and I want to make sure you learn correctly our terminology, okay? We are a republic. And if somebody calls it a democracy, you correct him. Okay? And you say, Diego told me to tell you we are a republic. Colombia is a republic, not a democracy. Okay? Now, communist Venezuela is a democracy. Now, what's the difference between a democracy and a republic? Does anybody know the difference between a democracy and a republic? In a democracy, they have an election, like in China, like in Venezuela, and the person that wins, which is normally always the Communist Party leader, that person has total control of everything. Everything, right? And the minority people, the persons that didn't win their person didn't win the election, they have no voice. They get told to shut up and sit in the corner. Your voice is irrelevant. That's a democracy. In a constitutional republic, you have an election. You know, the person you voted for wins the election, but the other team didn't win. Okay, it happens. The other team didn't win. Guess what? In a republic, the person's team that didn't win still has a voice. They still have representation. Okay, they can go to their congressman and say, "Hey, I need for you to petition the government for me. I can't get my K1 visa approved. It's slow." You still have a voice in a republic. In a democracy, you would have no voice. That's the difference, guys. I want you to learn that. It's important for when you become a citizen and you take your citizenship test. Let's see. Jamaica for Boom 2, and then Big Mitch. If you're bringing 2 people to America, you fill out 2 I-134s, one for the beneficiary and one for the child. Okay. Now, when you fill out the form I-134 for the beneficiary, you're going to put her name down, and underneath her name, you're going to put the child's name, and number of dependents will be 1. Okay, got that. When you fill out the I-134 for the child, you're going to fill out the child's name. And how many dependents does the child have? 0. So number of dependents for the child will be 0. Okay, very important. You fill out the I-134 for the beneficiary. You put the kid's name underneath her name or his name. The child will be added as 1 person, 1 dependent. Fill out the child's I-134. You got a 12-year-old, 13-year-old, whatever. Put his name, put her name. How many dependents does a 13-year-old have? 0. Boom. You put a 0. You got it, Big Mitch? Kiran Preet. My police clearance certificate was in process at the time of interview, and I submitted the document with my passport at the drop-off location, and I got my passport back with a 221G to schedule an appointment. Okay. So they were missing the police certificate. You got to have the police certificate. Unless it's in a country like Saudi Arabia, you can't get it. So reschedule the interview. And then the embassy says no need to reschedule, and needed is confusing. Okay, let me unconfuse you. You schedule a visa interview, and and you go in front of that visa officer and get your K1 visa put in your passport. Bring that police certificate, okay? I just unstuck you. Schedule the interview. And then it says, Onozil, what part should I be using? It's so confusing, but thanks for the info, Furious Ram. Okay. Kinza, what kind of questions will they ask at the interview? Paperwork is required. Please let me know. Well, I made a video on what questions you will get at a visa interview. And I made a video on what documents you need to bring to the visa interview. So look for the videos. Lala Kasimova, my K1 visa appointment should be in Georgia. Okay, the Republic of Georgia. Do you have any information about how often they do appointments? They're processing K1 visas in the Republic of Georgia. There's no political instability there. Everything's good. So you just got to schedule the interview. When that time comes, schedule the interview. Then get your visa interview and get your K1 visa and get out of the Republic of Georgia. It's not difficult. I made a video, I believe, about the Republic of Georgia. Let's see. Furious Ram, click immigrant and check my visa application status. That's correct. You don't need an invoice number. That's correct. Many times people told me the invoice number is not important, and that's correct. It depends on the embassy. Let's see. Big Mitch, got it. Okay, Big Mitch. You understand the I-134 now, right? How it's very important that you fill one out for each person. So if you're bringing 4 people to America, you're going to fill out 4 I-134s, one for each person. Every single person is treated as an individual. Okay? So, when I did my first K1 visa back in 2016, there was I brought over a little girl that was 3 years old. I had to fill out an I-134 for her, pay a visa fee, fill out the DS-160. Savvy me, Diego. Finally, I just received this. It says my case is in transit. Okay. To Bogota. Man, we got a lot of folks in here from Bogota, Colombia. You are before me. Why hasn't yours been in transit yet? Not my K1 visa package was this big. It was like this thick. They probably had to charter a private jet to ship my K1 visa package to Bogota. It wasn't a little skinny visa package. It was 4 albums full of stuff. Remember, I'm on my second K1 visa. So there's a lot of work involved in my visa. There was a lot of work. They had to do a lot of work. So it added a month to my processing. And I knew it was going to happen. I knew it would take at least a month or 2 months longer than the average bear. But I was prepared for that. Okay? So there's a reason for it. It was a lot of work for them to process my second K1 visa. Let's see here. So, and then you asking me, you were before me, why hasn't yours been in transit yet? What's my next step? Okay, if you're in transit, then what you're going to do is you're going to wait for the embassy to send you an email, okay, to say they received your visa. It's called a ready status. What I would do is send an email to the embassy in Bogota and check in about a week. Give them a week, 2 weeks tops, but give them a week. Email the embassy, put your beneficiary's case number, invoice number, passport number, date of birth, name, and all that in the email body, and check in and say, hey, what do I do? Then the embassy in Bogota will send you an email. They'll send you a packet for and get you started. Big Mitch, thank you for unconfusing me. No worries. And POV, straight POV. Hey, Diego, I got my child on the tax return. Did I have to include him on the I-134 too? Yes. Yes. If your child is a dependent and you claim them on your taxes, that young man or young lady goes on the I-134 as a dependent. Kieshian, if I have already a sponsor, am I supposed to file form I-134 financial support on my sponsor? Here's what I recommend you do, Kalidan. Mr. Sponsor, Miss Sponsor fills out an I-134. Your joint sponsor fills out an I-134. Go to the U.S. Embassy with both I-134s, one from you, the sponsor, that doesn't quite make the income, and one from your joint sponsor who does meet the income. And then you sit and wait, and then the immigration officer will tell you what they want. The immigration officer may say, I want both I-134s. The immigration officer may say, I just want your joint sponsor's I-134. I don't need yours. But you are going to go prepared for every eventuality. Okay? You're going to be prepared for every eventuality. Let's see here. Tuan Benson, Diego, should I log into SEAC to create a profile using my case number? Yeah, go ahead and log into the SEAC and see if you can get started on your K1 visa. Go into SEAC, go into US Travel Docs. See what you can do, get started. See what they ask from you. Athena, I got my NOA2 September 18th. Okay, so it's going to take about 3 months to get your case ready status. Okay, September, October, November, December. So probably December slows down a little bit. Okay, Athena, because it's Christmas. So the embassies and the MVC, they slow down. So you probably towards the end of December, first week of January, you should get the next step for your visa process. Okay, Athena, for Stockholm. Tigray, I petitioned for my mother. She got approved in January. When do you think you'll see interview? What country? Where are you at? What's the country? I don't know. I don't know the country. Help. Elison is talking to Anazil. Zane, Kinza Zane. Do you think my fiance be here before next year? It's a good, yeah, I don't see why not. Sure. Elison, see you later. Thanks for the help to everybody with their questions that I would have asked. Glad to help. Shiku Dumbuya, I received my approved notice of action on 27. How long do I have to wait? 27 of September? 27 of when? If you got it the 27th of September, that would be tomorrow. So you got in a DeLorean and went forward in time. Now, if it was the 27th of August, then it's going to take 3 months to get the welcome letter. Savvy me. So, Diego, I don't have to complete DS-160, 1134 form and pay visa fee until I get email from the embassy. Okay, here's what I would do. Get the I-134 filled out. Get it filled out, signed and dated, and get it to your beneficiary if you are this far along in the process. Fill out the DS-160 or have your beneficiary fill out the DS-160 when you get the ready status. Lala Kasimova, and much love to Colombia. I love Colombia. I love everybody in Colombia. If you are from Colombia, you are my family. Kiran Prikawa, there's no option to schedule an appointment on my account at Visa Schedule Portal. The embassy has changed the portal in India or something. Yeah, I've heard about that. And they are not responding to emails or phone calls. Yeah, I heard that there were issues with for the portal in India. That's in Mumbai. The consulate's in Mumbai. What you could do is maybe you could call the embassy in New Delhi and say, hey, what's the problem with the consulate in Mumbai? Maybe the bosses that run the embassy and the consulate in New Delhi can answer your question and help you. And maybe they can contact the consulate in Mumbai and help you. Kayet Tigray, Ethiopia. Beautiful Ethiopia. Karen Preet, Kawa, my fiance called from the US and he got the info to wait. No need to schedule an appointment. Okay. And then Province Vienna Vlog. Hello, sir. Can I ask a question about K1 visa? That's why we're here, guys. By the way, we're sending all the documents last October. So how long did USCIS approve our documents? I don't know. Give me some dates. Where are you at in the process? Do you have an NOA 1 letter? Do you have an NOA 2 letter? Do you have an MVC welcome letter? What did immigration send you? Where are you at in the process? Shiku, sorry. On the 15th of September, I received a letter of approval. NOA2 letter? So you tried to contact the New Delhi embassy, okay, and they didn't respond either. Well, what's going on with India, guys? They're being slack. They're getting slack over there. But I know that the consulate in Mumbai are processing visas. They're doing it. I don't know. I'll investigate it. Shiku, how long in Germany to get visa process? 2 to 4 months. You're talking Frankfurt, Germany, right? Frankfurt. On Tio Ridwan. Hello, Diego, please. I came late. No, you're not late. Everybody's got their own schedule. I got my case number. What do I do now? Now you wait for the ready status from the embassy. Wait for your FTP1 email. Wait for the ready status. If you don't have an invoice number, send an inquiry to the MVC and ask for your invoice number. Tigre, I petitioned for my mom. She got approved at the MVC January 2023. When do you think the interview in Ethiopia? Okay, January 2023. So I would say February of 2024. Somewhere in there. She got approved at the MVC in January 2023. It takes about a year to get mom in front of an immigration officer. So about a year, okay? So about January of next year. That's for a mom petition. It's nice of you to bring your mom over. We can't wait for her to get here. From Ethiopia. Kina Preet, shall I wait or schedule an appointment? Schedule an appointment. Try and schedule the appointment. Okay? You got to be proactive with these people with immigration. Remember, they're dealing with thousands and thousands of people. You're dealing with one person, you. So you got control. You got to have control of your visa. You got to control it. That's why I never hire an immigration attorney. Number one, it's a waste of money. And number two, you need to be in control of your visa, not somebody else. Try and schedule the visa interview. Try and schedule it, okay? And let me know, what day is it today? I don't even know what day it is. It's Tuesday. Tomorrow I'll do a live stream at 7 p.m. Let me know what happens. POV, so me and my son, total number of dependent, including myself, or just my son. Okay. If you're filling out the I-134, your sponsor is filling out the I-134 for you, POV. It's going to be POV's name, and then under your name is going to be your son's name, total dependents 1. Then for your son, on the I-134, it's going to be his name, no dependents because he's not, and then the number of dependents 0. Okay? I am from the Philippines. Vlog is in the Philippines. Very nice. Which part of the Philippines? Which part? I got a friend that lives in Dumaguete, and he's American. He married a Filipina, and he said, "There's no way I'm gonna go through this immigration nightmare." So he married a Filipina, and now he lives in Dumaguete. He's not doing it. He doesn't want to do a K1 or a spousal visa. He's like, no way. It's too stressful. So he's there with her in the Philippines. But we love our friends in the Philippines. You are my Filipino friends. You are all beautiful people. You're so beautiful, and you speak English. You're very intelligent. You work hard, and you will be very successful in the United States of America if you come here. Let me see. Frankfurt, Germany. Yes, she could. It's in Frankfurt. That's the embassy. It's about 2 months to 4 months. 2 months is about average. Let me see. Kawa, sure, let you know. Okay, yeah, let me know. Keep me in the loop, okay? And Bohol, Philippines. That's right, Bohol, Philippines. Okay. And Savvy Me, Diego, they sent me the K1 FTP. I got one today also, but did not have an invoice number. Send an inquiry to the MVC and ask for the invoice number. You got to inquire. You got to send them an inquiry. I sent an inquiry. I didn't have an invoice number either. I said, hey, I got a case number. What's my invoice number? And then I got 2 emails today. One of them had the invoice number, and the other one was saying that our visa is on the way to Colombia. Okay, let's see. Joel's talking to Vlog. Vincent Hernandez. Hadienko, Vicente here. Vicente. I received my FTP. Good. My set case status says ready. Good. I haven't received anything with an invoice number. You need to get an invoice number. Send an inquiry to the MVC. Ask them for the invoice number. You may not need to use it for Montreal. I don't know. You may not need to use it, but see if you can get it through an MVC for an inquiry. And Vlog, oh, thank you, sir, for appreciating Filipino people. Absolutely. The Philippine, I love lumpia. Lumpia, okay. I could eat lumpia all day long. Okay, Karina makes arepas. I can eat them all day long. I can eat lumpia all day long. I love Filipino food. Filipino food is fantastic. Fantastic. My POV, my son is in the USA. Okay, still a dependent. Still goes on the I-134. Still a dependent. Alex Mo Diego, I got ready status. Okay, 15 August, Dominican Republic. Okay, well, you should be hearing any time soon now. Yeah, before December. I think January at the latest, okay? January at the latest, okay? But before December, maybe. They're getting busy in the Dominican Republic. And then now they're having issues with Haiti. Haiti and the Dominican Republic are having skirmishes on the border there. They're having issues on the border. So I don't know if that's affecting immigration or not at the embassy. I don't know. Maybe there's people from Haiti trying to come to Dominican Republic to get their K-1 visas adjudicated because Haiti's not working out so well. But we love our friends in Haiti. If only the government would get their act together, right? 7 Angels. Hey Diego, how are you doing, bro? Doing good. Thanks. How are you doing? How's your family? Faye Abueva, guys, let us continue supporting Diego, even though we're done with all the K-1 visa process. He's such a great help for us since the very beginning. And I will continue to help you guys into the future. Don't worry. So now, let me see. I'll give Van Kumar the last word. You are fantastic, Visamathi. My girl from Varanasi got approved, and we are about to get married soon. I am so happy. And I'm happy, and Karina and I are happy for you too. And Keishan has one more question, and then I'm out of here. And when am I supposed to send my files to my beneficiary? After the welcome letter. Once you get, I would say, once you get the ready status, you need to start shipping stuff to your beneficiary. Okay? Okay, guys, I'm out of here. Thanks, everybody. And Big Mitch, thanks for the super chats. I don't have any Mountain Dew, and I got a little bit of milk left, so I'm going to Walmart. I'm going to Walmart right now, guys. So I'll see you tomorrow, 7 p.m. Central Time, which is 1 hour behind Miami. Thanks for stopping by, and you all have a fantastic day, okay? Be patient. Don't stress this, guys. You've got this, okay?